It was Mark Poulton that packaged it. Mark is fired. Tell Mark I'm mad.
Yeah, this is primetime Poulton. Keep it entertaining. You already know when outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Viking Wolf, U.S. Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not fronting. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go.
Yo, let me tell you about the scene that's poppin'. Haunted Pizza got the heat, there ain't no stopping. Berserk Poulton in the game, he's the big boss, creating worlds while the haters just take a loss. With Mike and Enrico, we're bringing the flame. Dexter and Yoon, it's a powerful name. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the scene, making comics, living dreams. Know what I mean? While they cry on YouTube, we stacking our green. Moving up, we're the masters, if you know what I mean. Graveyard Shift, rising U.S. assassins flow. Viking Wolf howling, making profits grow. Sea Dog cruising waves, riding pain hit. Gun Goth in the mix, watch our legends commit. Lil Body cheering, he's our biggest fan. We're rising to the top, ain't no haters in this plan. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the scene, making comics, living dreams. Know what I mean? While they cry on YouTube, we stacking our green. Moving up, we're the masters, if you know what I mean. From the ink to the page, we keep it real. Haunted Pizza, it's the ultimate deal. From the shadows of the city, we rise and we grind. Haunted Pizza's the name, leave the haters behind. With Mark at the helm, yeah, he's leading the way. Designing each panel, turning night into day. Making comics for the dreamers, gotta keep it alive. While the skeptics dwell in darkness, we're destined to thrive. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the game. All the haters cry on YouTube, we're cruising to fame. Without stories in the sky, rising like a slumber. Living for the hustle, we're a force, we won't cower. Enrico draws the grid, Dexter brings the fire. Use colors, light it up, pushing higher and higher. Lil Bodies in the mix, cheering loud, feel the hype. Every comic we drop, they know we ain't on type. Graveyard Shift, in the spotlight, U.S. assassins the move. We're stacking up the paper, nothing left to prove. Hold and break, the standards growing, shit violate. Fucking kiss the pain, and then get amplified. While we're staring every short and loud bout. With our body, we squad beyond a new right fight. We first shit this king of pop, rising like success of your mind. It's getting up, okay, beer in the microphone. Haunted Pizza, legends carved in time. We made it, we own it, we're in our prime. In the shadows lurks a tale of dread, where love meets blood and the living dead. Sean Payne, a hunter with a heart chasing whispers of a child lost forlorn. A burden he bears, a line crossed to fight. In the darkness he seeks the light. Writhe and pain where shadows entwine. A family fractured, but love will combine. Through horror and fire they'll break the chains. In the heart of Vineland where nothing remains. The tome of black whispers spells of sin, crafting portals to let the fiends in. His daughter Grace, a witch unafraid. In the chaos of love, her magic was made. Together they'll rise, witch and man, to reclaim the night, to make their stand. Writhe and pain where shadows entwine. A family fractured, but love will combine.
In the shadows we rise, with honor in our eyes. American Ninja X, where the fearless never dies. U.S. assassin, on the front lines we stand. Guardians of freedom, together hand in hand. Side by side we'll fight, our spirits never break.
American Ninja X,
U.S. Assassin,
the meanest,
the coolest.
AMNX action figures, collect them all.
Diaz, in her black leather lace, with piercings that shine, she's embracing the space. Raised in the chaos, an army brat's might. Now wielding her weapons, she's ready to fight. Through the dark wood shadows in the night, Noxus biotech unleashing their flight. Gun Goth, she's the shadow in the storm. Fighting for freedom, she'll break every norm. From the depths of the lab, the walls will fall.
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. It's the Moral Compass, the Fulfillment King, and this is Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club, episode 101. Today we're talking Dreamcatcher. Joining me, man needs no introduction.
Dexter Weeks, the secret weapon in the game, with a pencil in his hand, he's carving out his name. Hawaiian Heat, the bad man with the ink, drawing worlds where heroes clash and villains feel in sync. Haunted Pieces pride, he's the one we need. Making magic on the page, planting every seed. Batman with the...
Let's welcome Dexter Weeks to the show. What's up, Dex? What's up? I see you giggling backstage. It's when I go AMNX.
Oh, I love your voiceover. Your voiceover. You got a new career ahead of you, Mark.
I missed my calling. I'm
telling you.
What am I doing making comics? I should be doing voiceovers. How's it going, Dex?
Oh yeah, hanging in there, just chilling. Just chilling by the pool, enjoying the nice weather when we get it. It's been raining on and off, but
yeah. The weather had different plans for you yesterday. You were going to have the big Dexter Weeks pool party,
summer bash, but the weather said otherwise. But we'll just have to reschedule and see what happens from there. So
I used that as an opportunity to take the family to go see Superman. So
did you dig it or what?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. We'll have to talk about it after we bring everyone on. Up next.
He's the king, the ruler of this art scene. Mark Hume's the name, living the dream. With every punch, he's raising the bar. In a world of art, he's the brightest star.
He's our bright star. Mark Yoon and special guest.
Whoa. Yes. What up, man?
Homie Rich. What is up, guys?
What is up, Rich?
Yeah, welcome.
You guys have met Rich before, right? In person, right?
I've at least met Mark.
Right. Yeah. You guys, back when you had that like first class YouTube interview show.
Oh, that's right. You interviewed Mark for Raging Ningen. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 3-camera setup, and it was first class.
It's still up there. We still got that channel up.
Nice. And guys, Enrico, he's not able to join us this week. I'm not lying. There's not like someone Enrico dressed as someone. It's his wife's birthday, so he took the week off. But we have a special guest.
Another one?
Yo, let me tell you about a legend we know. Mike McMahon, the man with the pencil flow. Heart and soul of Haunted Pizza and the game. U.S. assassin in the frame, bringing the fame. In every stroke you see his pride.
We got Mike McMahon in the house. What's up, Mike?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What a nice surprise.
Well, family's away for the week, so I was like, I'm going to stream as much as I can.
Nice. I saw you working on that new U.S. Assassin cover too.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome, man. So has everyone seen Superman?
Yes.
No, I have.
Nope.
Rich has. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
So
dude, what are you doing, man?
I've been working, man. On
Sure.
Gun Goth.
Put your earmuffs on, Mark. We're going to talk about it for a little bit.
You can spoil it. That's fine. I got the gist of it from all the different trailers anyway.
Yeah. No, I loved it. So going into this, my biggest concern is because Guy Gardner is probably like one of my favorite characters. Like my favorite DC characters are all the Justice League International guys: Guy Gardner, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold. And like from the trailers, I was like, oh, I don't really like the look of Guy. But watching the movie, I thought he was fantastic.
It was great.
Yeah.
And
they did a really good job.
He was my son's favorite character in the movie.
Nice.
But what's that?
You didn't like Mr. Terrific? He was good.
Oh yeah, Mr. Terrific was great. I thought all the supporting characters were fantastic. I thought the guy who was Superman was great.
Yeah.
Of course, I liked Crypto being a
I've
dog
heard
person.
that Mr. Terrific was like the takeaway from the whole movie, but I've also seen so many memes that I don't know why of him next to Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder, and they're like, if you know, you know, and I'm like, okay.
He looks kind of like, I won't say it, but
Yeah. He's just a dude playing a dude.
Dude.
But he got a 5 picture deal. The guy that played Mr. Terrific, he's going to be in 5 upcoming DC movies now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great.
Did you guys see the teaser that Mark I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. My favorite Superman.
Oh,
Henry Cavill
Yeah.
just posted something on Twitter that he's back as Superman in DC.
Really?
Yeah, he posted a picture of him as Superman and said, "You guys understand more things to come," and like everyone's going crazy and like the.
Oh God, that'd be
Interesting.
awesome.
So I don't know if it's gonna be like an Elseworlds type deal or something like that, but I just got hyped for that because
See,
I love Henry
That's
Cavill.
what I was thinking. Like, you know, I'm a huge Henry Cavill fan too, and I really like this movie. And I was a little bummed he wouldn't be Superman anymore. But I'm like, we've seen all these people come back as all these superheroes. I'm like, we're gonna see him again as Superman at least once. But that's awesome. If true.
Yeah.
At one point, like I don't want to get too spoilery, but I was like, how cool would it have been if, like, when Ultraman's mask came
I
off?
see what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Yep, that would have been awesome.
I would have shit my pants.
And it was Tom Welling.
That would have also been cool.
Oh, that's funny. My son and I, we were talking about our favorite Superman, and he actually brought up Tom Welling.
It's everybody except Dean Cain.
I'm a Dean Cain fan.
Yeah, I thought Dean Cain was fine too. Everybody. I mean, every iteration of Superman was great. You know, so
Yeah,
everybody brings something different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but you know, eventually I think we'll have to do an episode on Superman. But just initial thoughts, thumbs up. I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to what's next.
Maybe we'll go see it tomorrow if you want to see it again.
I would happily see it again. And I was also going to say too, like, Guy Gardner is not my favorite Green Lantern, but I think all Green Lantern is good, and I was just happy to see Green Lantern.
Yeah,
I want to see my boy Kyle come in, man. That's my boy.
Same. I'm also really psyched for the Lantern show, even though I'd love.
Yeah, they're doing a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I don't know if anyone's seen the Peacemaker commercial, but the Justice Gang is in.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
That was a nice cameo too with Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that caught me off guard.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll see.
It was just awesome. My 7-year-old, he's sitting next to me, and he is standing on his seat every time Superman shows up, and he is fist pumping. And
That's awesome.
as a dad, that was just like the coolest moment because my kid gets to see and experience something for the first time on the big screen like I did when I was a kid.
Exactly.
And that was worth the ticket price in and of itself. It could have sucked for me, and I would have still been happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was actually like a Superman chant in the theater. Like a little kid started it, so it was pretty cool. Let's say hello to the chat, guys. First in the chat, as always, our guy. Talking ice pick, Mark
Ice
Penguin,
pick.
throwing up the pizza slice. He says, friends on a camping trip discover that the town they're vacationing in is being plagued in an unusual fashion by parasitic aliens from outer space. This is based off a Stephen King story.
Yep.
He's talking Dreamcatcher, which I think is kind of part Stand By Me, part The Thing.
Yep.
We were talking about it
absolutely.
last night. We were like, this is like definitely like Thing. And what was the other movie I said it was like? I was like, it's Thing merged with.
I honestly
This
forgot.
it was like a
It
miss.
was perfect, but
I feel like Stephen King may have had like a
Maybe,
great group of friends.
yeah, I
growing
said
up.
It Part 2. I think it's
Yeah.
It Part 2 meets
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
All the friends and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Penguin says directed and co-written by the legendary Lawrence Kasdan, based on the story by Stephen King. Also wants everyone to know Gun Goth is live with 13 covers. She is the hot topic. We just passed 500 books sold. We're over $5,000 combined on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Guys, it's $5 digital, $10 physical. You can't beat that. Also, it's available on Indiegogo. There's the link. Kickstarter, the link as well. Mark also wants people to know back Writhe in Pain Volume 2 and support Chris Graves, the pride of Vineland, New Jersey. Chris isn't Writhe in Pain, the pride of Vineland. Chris lives in Washington. Well, I don't want to dox it, but Chris lives one town over. But cool thing,
Vineland, right?
Vineland, we're going to Garden State Comic Fest in Vineland. This is a new show they added. And when I heard they were doing that, I was like, well, Writhe in Pain takes place in Vineland. Got to be there. Yeah, I think it's Vineland's first. It's got to be Vineland's first and only superhero, Writhe in Pain. But Chris told me he's drawing the badges for the show.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So
it's
hopefully,
a prolific little man right there. He's just doing everything.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Also, Penguin wants us to know, click below to be notified when the official The Crow art book launches on Kickstarter with a piece by our own Dexter Hawaiian Heat Weeks.
Woo. Yes.
You can't show that piece, can you, Dex?
Well, I'm not supposed to.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah. That's one of the things they tell you. Just, you know, you got to wait till the book's released kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Take the prints and everything, but, you know.
I'm really looking forward to it. It looks fantastic.
It's great.
Mark also wants us to know, don't be a bum. Back type 1. Insulin ain't cheap.
That's for sure.
Sean working hard on type 1. About 2-ish pages. I don't know. I can never get like a straight answer from him. 2-ish.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Coming soon.
Also, Penguin got a shipping notification from me today, but which of the 4 campaigns I'm waiting on is it? I'll tell you right now. It's Graveyard Shift Volume 5. It was your creator signature tier with that John Malin sketch in it. I packaged it up.
Nice.
I've been very busy today. Packaged books. I mowed the lawn, and Chase got a new bed. I put it together. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a one-man show.
Nothing makes me happier than being productive.
Yeah.
I sat on my couch for the first part of the day.
I have to mow my neighbor's lawn also, Mark, and I did it this week right before Rich came over. And I'm telling you, I didn't put lotion on, and I did it at 1 p.m. instead of like 7 a.m. like I usually do. The back of my neck is like a lobster. Like it is like it's this close to like sun poisoning because I've had it so many times. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's awful.
Especially that Florida sun, man.
Cooked me alive. It was like 102 when I mowed the lawn.
I finished up Dreamcatcher just right before we went live. So
even though I watched it twice, I made Rich watch. Well, Rich asked to watch it last night, so I'm 3 times in now before we talk about it.
I swear I saw this movie, but I couldn't remember any of it.
Rich was like, do I need to watch this? Like, I feel like I won't be able to contribute anything. I'm like, don't worry, we don't get to it the last 10 minutes of the episode anyway.
Yeah.
Well, because I started watching it Friday night, but it was late, and I had to get up early to catch my plane. So I think I fell asleep like maybe a half hour in. I'm like, you know what? Let's just finish it, just so I can see the whole thing. Because I was actually genuinely interested.
It's pretty long too, isn't it? Like I didn't.
Yeah.
2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dexter pulling double duty in the chat. He says aloha. We got John Epple in the chat. John Epple, part of the Art of Gun Goth. Guys, go buy yourself a copy.
Yes.
Yoon double duty in the chat. We got Michelle Bowers in the house. Hello, everyone. What's up, Michelle? Penguin says the new I Know What You Did Last Summer was great. Recommend. Man, was there anything more polarizing than people's opinions of Jennifer Love Hewitt last week?
I thought she looked great.
I thought she looked great as well.
Yeah.
Can't stay young forever.
Her, though. Some people came after her. I don't want to point any fingers.
Everybody gets old. Everybody gets fat. Everybody dies.
Oh wait, Penguin's saying it's great though. I mean, I don't know, man. That's. I mean, I didn't say it, but
I'd like to
I
see
think
it.
the first one or the first 2 or whatever. I don't even know what numbers are on are great, but I mean,
Well, there was like 1 and 2 are the only real canonical ones to me, and then there's like a TV show, and then there's like a bunch of other like weird ones.
Yeah, I mean they're okay. I mean,
Yeah,
but
you know me, I'm not huge into slashers. I was just like Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's why I liked it in the beginning.
Yeah.
Penguin says, "I hope you made Rich watch the movie."
I did. Yeah. Well, I didn't coerce him, but yeah.
John Epple, happy to see Mike.
in the house, man.
Penguin says, "When the cat's away, the mouse will play." Yeah, so Mike's joining us. He's on a live stream.
That's right.
We got Maromia in the house. He says Mr. Gray. That's a little foreshadowing to the movie.
I mean, you laugh the entire movie because he just constantly called Mr. Gay the whole time. So you're
Yeah, I got some notes on that. We'll discuss.
Penguin says Superman 9 out of 10, best on-screen Clark, Superman, Lois, Jimmy, and Lex Luthor. Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner stole the show. Of course, Crypto. Man, that's a ringing endorsement by Mark Penguin.
He's right on everything, I think. So.
Did you hear that dog adoptions went up like 500% after the opening weekend? It was crazy.
That's great.
That's awesome.
I told my wife, no. We've got 2 cats and a dog.
That's all you need.
We're good. And 5 kids. We're good.
I feel you, man.
Now, Crypto reminds me a lot of my dog Leon. A bad dog, but I love him.
Did you know that's James Gunn's dog? James Gunn's dog.
Yeah.
They did a video capture of his dog. I think his name is Otts, or it's some weird name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a brown dog, but all the like him jumping. There was a video clip where he said him when he's jumping on Superman when he's hurt is his dog jumping on their cat, and he's just really bad at being a dog, just like Crypto. And I was like, that's pretty cool that you can.
Mike, did you hear the theory that James Gunn is really just Mark Poulton traveling to the future incognito?
I can see that resemblance a little bit.
I believe it.
If I were wearing my glasses, yeah. But no, I can't wait for people to complain about Gunn putting his dog in the movie, because all you hear about is him putting his wife in.
Yeah, he has a little bit of an ego, but you know what? He
delivers, man.
Delivers, yeah. Everything he's done. You know.
Who was his wife?
His wife is the blonde on
one of the
Peacemaker.
robots, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She was in Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. He puts her in everything. So.
Is that a Mila Jovovich situation?
Exactly.
Or a Rob Zombie?
Oh, God. Please keep Sherry Moon away from the cinema, please.
Yes. Cinema death.
Oh, man. Amanda figured it out. Enrico is cosplaying as McMahon. He did great.
Come on, Enrico.
We got away with it.
Off the mask.
I'd have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you, Nat. You
what?
in the chat.
Canceled, Mike. Mark, that's your next AI thing. You should just have Enrico turn into.
Oh yeah,
Mike.
Amanda says, "Wait a second, am I in the wrong movie review?" No, we're just talking a little Superman. We'll eventually get to.
We're not 47 minutes in yet. We gotta wait.
Yeah, Penguins knows the deal. No, we don't talk about the movie until 45 minutes in.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Amanda B says, by the way, I haven't received nothing from TMC in a long time. Fulfillment king my butt.
Whoa.
Did you back Graveyard Shift? I feel like you may have dropped off of Graveyard Shift.
Was there
not because of me.
Did you back U.S. Assassin? Probably not.
No, I believe she did. I'm still working on U.S. Assassin.
Yes, I got to get those head sketches sent out to you.
So I'll give a fulfillment update. There's 174 packages left for Graveyard Shift. I will finish it in a week, I swear. And then I'm going to finish up U.S. Assassin, Fund My Comic. There's about 50 orders left. U.S. Assassin Indiegogo is fulfilled. And then I have to do Graveyard Shift Volume 5 variant campaign. There's about 600 orders. So I hope to start that beginning of August.
But yet it's somebody else's Graveyard Shift, right? You do all the work, but it's somebody else's Graveyard Shift.
It's a team effort, guys. Team effort.
Yeah. You need the James Gunn monkeys, to help you out.
Man, the monkeys go insane online. I was like, that's so true.
Yep.
Penguin says the Hall of Justice is a real building, the Cincinnati Natural History Museum. I've been there. It's across from the street from the old Kenner headquarters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's also at Six Flags Great Adventure, the Justice League headquarters.
That's cool.
Schemes and scams. Oh, Missy's sticking up for Leon. Leon is not the bad one.
No?
Noelle's the loud one.
Aw, but she's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Penguin says, I thought Leon was Sean's dog. No way. Penguin says, James Gunn, his first wife was Pam from The Office. Is that true?
Wow.
Is that who we're talking about? James Gunn?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're saying first, implying that it's not the recent one.
Yeah. Missy's saying, hey, chat, all my faves are here.
What up, Miss?
Eat your words, McMahon. Oh yeah, Amanda says, but no, I quit Graveyard Shift. It stinks. Sorry, TMC. Wow. I think it's pretty good. Ouch. Tell us how you really feel, Amanda.
He was married to Jenna Fisher.
Oh wow, I had no
from
idea.
2000 to 2008.
There you go.
We got Mike D in the house. Penguin says, yeah, James Gunn was married to Pam. Crazy. I had no idea. I just envisioned her married to the guy that worked in the warehouse on Office.
I thought he was married to Bibbo Bibowski.
Penguin says, "Stop always doubting me, TMC. Never, never."
Boy,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the main character, man. That's what it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're only 30 minutes in. Should we start talking about the movie, or does anyone have any? Yeah, let's talk about it. Dreamcatcher. I can't believe this movie came out in 2003.
Yeah.
And what a cast.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, Tom Sizemore, Jason Lee.
Jason Lee's my boy, man.
Yeah.
I love him.
Our boy Dex, Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Tom. And he does some Punisher action in this too.
Chewed me out at San Diego Comic-Con.
He yelled at Mark Poulton. And I'm in the back. I'm not sticking up for Mark. I'm in the back laughing. Like, I couldn't believe he's getting yelled
I'm
at.
like, what's going on here?
Got Timothy Oliphant too.
Yeah,
Oliphant's in there. Yeah.
man, all-star cast.
Wasn't oh no, not Marky Mark. Wasn't his
Oh yeah, Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, yeah.
I feel like early in Donnie Wahlberg's career, all he played was like mentally challenged.
This was like pretty soon after
They both get typecast.
Sixth Sense, right? Because Sixth
Yeah.
Sense was like 99 or 2001, something like that.
That was his yeah.
I want to point this out. Penguin saw it. Morgan Freeman's eyebrows were insane.
Yeah,
I wanted to know if they were real or not.
I said he
He
looked
had
like
to be fake, I think.
I said he probably got secondarily cast as this. It was the guy from like Full Metal Panic, and then they were like, "Well, we got to keep the same character, so we'll just bring Morgan Freeman in."
Yeah,
Crazy. He had some crazy brows going.
A little over the top.
But yeah, it's about a group of friends who, when they were young, they rescue this mentally challenged kid from bullies. They were literally trying to make him eat shit.
Yeah.
And they stick up for him, and from that day they become friends with him. And what were they out for? They were looking for like a naked picture of one of their classmates or something.
There was like a rumor that one of the head cheerleaders or something had like nudie pictures in this cabin. Yeah.
This is all pre-internet, all that.
Yeah, we had to find it hard. We had to go to the woods. We had to dig behind trees. That's how it happened.
Yeah,
I mean, very much like Stand By Me, the kids like wandering off and.
Well, also just like that, one of the reasons I like this movie a lot is they have like a lot of like continuity and jokes amongst their groups, like the fuck me sideways and a fuckaroo and a fuckaro, like all that, of course, all from Jason Lee because he's the greatest of all time. They're all like very in, and I love that kind of like close knit aspect. I was telling Rich, I was like, this feels like less like a Stephen King movie and more like a not Stephen Curry. Well, who's the director? Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I was like, it feels almost like a Spielberg-y kind of like I could see that. Like Super 8-ish, like kind of like coming together, and I liked it a lot. Yeah, SSDD. Yeah.
What did that stand for? That was something I actually didn't understand.
Yeah, what was the SSDD?
It's an anagram, but I forget what it meant. I watched it 3 times this week.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It once. That's probably why.
I was just saying the internal hard drive, like SSD or something.
SSDs weren't out yet in 2003.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait, they weren't a thing yet.
Yeah.
Oh, SSDD is same shit, different day.
Yeah.
Of course, Penguin would know. So, like, then it fast forwards to the present, and you see like these friends how they are now, and it seems like Thomas Jane, he's like a therapist or a psychiatrist, and the one person he's talking to, he knows things about that person that person's never shared. Then you catch up with Timothy Oliphant, who's a car salesman, and a woman lost her keys, and he helps her find them. He retraces her steps. I had the feeling he knew where the keys were all along, but he just like did this little show for her to win a date with her.
You don't think he had powers or anything?
No, I think he had like powers, but I think he didn't have to go through. Jump through all those hoops.
Yeah,
I think he just knew exactly where they were because he like had the power of direction.
Oh,
my
can't be
going
like
crazy right now.
You can't be like, hey, do you want to go on a date with me? And like,
I don't know. You saw that little finger thing going on.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're like 2 in the pink. You know what I'm saying?
So they go away for their I guess a yearly trip to the cabin in the woods. And it's the 4 of them. I guess did they drift away from their friend Duditz or Duditz, or did he
I
just
actually thought he died. That's what I felt like it was getting alluded to.
I think they were alluding to that, so you don't know. But when they first pick him up again, his mom's talking about all the health problems that he has. So he probably just couldn't make the trip out there with them. So they're probably like doing it with him in spirit. And plus, they're all linked anyway, so like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like they're all like telepathically, mentally linked. So he's probably there in spirit.
Which is I don't know. We're going where Mark is.
Who cares?
My thing is like, all right, so they all had this ability of like seeing the future or seeing the thing. Why didn't they see like Mr. Gray at all? You know.
Well, if you remember the very, very, very first, like one of the first scenes in the movie when they're going to find that missing girl, he says we got to save the world, and he says save the world, and they say no, save this girl, and he says Mr. Gray. And they said that's right, but they didn't say Mr. Gray. They said they thought he said something else because he's got a strong list.
Maybe,
but mystery. He said mystery, right? But it's like no, he said Mr. Gray. So like, there's very much like I think he was setting them up to do the parts that he couldn't get to do because otherwise they were just as important to him in saving the world.
Right.
And we saw like this one scene where we're not going to get to it yet when like we're going guns blazing towards the ship. And like it's not just one, like it's a whole like litany of them, and this one is doing all this damage. So like you can imagine if they actually got it away. Yeah.
Did you guys see The Mist, the movie The Mist?
Yeah, I own it on DVD. Yeah.
Oh, The Mist is fantastic.
If you look at some of the creature design, it's almost the same. I'm wondering if they were some of those creatures that came through the portal. You know, that would be kind of interesting to see if there was a connection or something.
I like how they look like grays when they're trying to be innocent, like our standard gray, and then they turn into these like weasels that like are like super fast. Like that's kind of cool.
I feel like you don't see that much either. The aliens are like like the typical gray Martians that aren't super harmful, or they're like just full on xenomorphs, just killing machines.
But these were like shit symbiotes. They look like if Venom was a turd.
Turd in the wind.
Yeah, well, they said that they present the image of what people want to see, and that's when they do that the cutesy alien, but then they're like these monsters toilet monsters.
I've dealt with a few of them in my time.
So this movie actually just didn't happen. Everyone just had Taco Bell, and like things went sideways.
I like that. They didn't hold back. I mean, they people got whacked off. So
Dax.
Or whacked.
That's not. Which movie did you watch?
I know, right?
So at one point, two of the friends, they go into the city to pick up, I guess, beer and supplies, and the other two are out, or one of them's out hunting, right? And that's when he comes across the one hunter who says he's lost in the woods.
Yeah,
and he says his stomach's upset because he ate some blueberries, but like at first his chest's out to here, and then when he's sitting down, his belly's out.
Yeah.
His belly moving around, and he keeps farting.
I do like that they really set this out that these guys are really good guys. Like it's not just like the Duddit stuff. It's like they are a close-knit group of really good guys that are going to help anybody. But that was the funniest part is like it's not that he was like farting and stuff. It's that he was like so like posh about it. Like he's like, oh, excuse me. This hunter's like, I'm not usually like this. Burn. And then like, of course, we get Jason Lee like, oh, fuck me, Freddy. And like, it's just like a whole thing.
Exactly.
So the hunter, since he's been out in the cold for over a day, he goes to they take him to bed to have him warm off and rest. And when they next check on him, they see like bloody footprints through the hallway, and they find him on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom's just a mess. They think he's dead, but then they hear like a plop in the toilet, and they said, "Oh, he's alive. He's pooping." But then he like falls over, and you realize there's something in the toilet, and they quick close the lid. Meanwhile, the other friends are coming back, and they're in a snowstorm, so they're trying to go up a hill. So he hits Thomas Jane hits the gas. And when they get to the top of the hill, there's a woman sitting in the middle of the road. He swerves, their car flips over. Timothy Oliphant's character gets injured. in it. And when they check on the woman, they think she's dead, but she's still alive. And she's just as weird as the other guy.
Yeah.
So since Timothy Oliphant is injured, Thomas Jane leaves him and the woman at a camp. They set up a camp, and he's going to go get help for them. So he returned on his way there. He's on his way there. Meanwhile, back at the cabin, Jason Lee's sitting on the toilet, keeping the monster trapped. His other friend is looking for tape to tape the lid shut.
Yeah.
Well, this is where it got a little wacky. And I need some explanation. I don't know if ice pick could help.
Like, I have an explanation. Is the toothpick that important?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you have OCD,
especially one that's near like a bloody, nasty bathroom floor.
That in your mouth. I didn't understand that scene.
Well, they showed him as part of his character. He's a kid. He had an oral fixation too. So I think it was probably just like he has ADHD or something, and if he's trained himself to focus, like he needs the oral fixation in order just to like hamper down. And this is the most important situation, right? So
you got a creature trying to bust through this toilet. Yeah. Like, why would you even give it any kind of
leeway?
Because then the movie wouldn't happen.
Yeah, there you go. Right, you can just flush. Right,
OCD is just that bad.
Penguin wants to say near blood, but not in blood.
There you go.
All right. Still,
I will say it's
still on the floor. I wouldn't touch it anyway.
Yeah, this movie does a really good job. I mean, for as underrated as it is, it does a really good job. Like, what happens to everybody? No spoilers, but what happens to everybody? I actually was really like gut punched by what happens to everybody, and it's how they like you guys were saying. It was like Stand By Me meets whatever, and you really got, I mean, even more than it, you really got a sense these guys were really good friends and that they were really rounded out characters and that they were good I mean, so it, going forward, I mean, man, I'm surprised this movie didn't do better than it did.
Yeah.
I remember I saw this in theaters, and like I remember really liking this movie just based off the trailers, and I bought it on DVD as soon as it was available, and I probably watched it 100 times with like me and my brother and stuff like that. But another thing what Mike was saying is like I never heard anybody else talking about it, and it almost felt like this was like a me and my friend group movie. Like we would watch it all the time, but I felt like it was like nobody else knew about it. But
I never saw. This is the first time I watched it.
But it's so good. It's like
I've heard about it, but this is the first time I've actually seen it.
Yeah.
And Mike's right. And like I say all the time with horror movies, the one thing that really makes you get into a horror movie is the character progression and like people like ironing out the characters so that you care about them. Because then when they go, you're shocked and gut punched, like Mike said. But like a lot of other horror movies, we're voting for the killer. Like, you kill that asshole. He's like getting on my nerves, and you know what I mean. So it's totally not the case with this. You want all of them to survive.
Yeah, like the kid in Final Destination 5 with the penny. So,
oh yeah. Oh my. I wanted to go in the movie.
If you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Penguin thought maybe the toothpick helped Jason Lee's character channel his power.
His power, maybe. Yeah.
He also says, I saw it in theaters, but remember not liking it. Liked it on this rewatch, just a tad too long.
I like long movies because it gives you time to build out characters. So it's like,
I thought there was one thing interesting that was, I guess it was mentioned, but not really elaborated on. Thomas Jane's character in the beginning is about to commit suicide.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah. There was something I missed.
I guess it's like the responsibility or the of having, like, knowing everyone's secrets.
Right. Yeah.
And knowing that, like, drove his one client over the edge, and he ended up killing himself, eating himself to death. But
they showed that with all of them, right? Even Timothy Oliphant, and even with what's the guy's name? The red hair guy.
I actually don't know the actor's name.
No, his nickname that they gave Jonesy.
Jonesy.
It shows all of them struggling with their gifts in the beginning in a different way. Like it's not like it's like you're just the X-Men now. You have all these powers that I granted you. They're all like, we don't want these, but like we have a responsibility, especially to Duddits as the anchor. Which is why you get the illusion of the Dreamcast, like Duddits is the center and they make up the other sections.
See, what I thought this movie was going to be about initially was people that can read everybody's minds and just kind of dealing and struggling with that. I didn't know it was going to turn like kind of a sci-fi horror.
I got to watch it for the first time, and he was like, when we got to the part where like Jason Lee gets his fingers bitten off by the shit weasel, he was like, "Whoa!" And then the part he laughed the most, which was after, we don't have to say the characters, we'll get there, the possession scene, and I'm like, wait for it. He's just start cracking up. I know when he's just like. That's the best scene in the movie, hands down. Like, it always makes me laugh.
I think like the sound effects too.
When he does it.
That's what I liked about it. I like the multi-layered.
Yeah. I was telling Rich, every genre is in this movie. There's like, it's not like a singular vision, and I think it's cohesive too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Penguin said he thought about killing himself because at that moment he realized he killed his patient.
Oh, because that guy did die. He kind of ate himself.
Well, to a lesser extent, because Timothy didn't get that date because the girl thought he was too weird for knowing too much stuff. And then like Jonesy is having his own problems. Like, I feel like they like his was the most extreme, but you can't really do anything else with psychiatry, to be honest, like except for be like, that's that drastic. But they all to a lesser extent.
I thought it was really cool how they showed Jonesy like compartmental, like. He puts his thoughts in like different compartments in his head.
I remember the main reason I love this movie, Mark, and I was telling Rich about this, and my wife, I told us about years. This is like an actual thing because I have photographic memory, and like I don't have like a mansion or a warehouse in my brain, but like I do physically in my brain look through files, and I'm like, okay, where is that thing I'm looking for? And then I like legitimately find it. I'm like, yeah, that's the picture I was looking for, and then like it's really close to getting like that kind of situation down, which I've never seen done that way before. So like I said, it's not a warehouse in my brain with like doors and like notes and stuff, but like I do physically in my brain look through stuff like files, like in a filing cabinet.
So you're Jonesy then. You're
yeah, probably I'm Jonesy.
So the shit weasel takes over Jonesy, and it's interesting because he's like going through the filing system in Jonesy's head and realizing that even some of the things are locked away from him, and that's why he needs Timothy Oliphant's character, because he feels like he has information that's useful to him.
Wasn't it cool that they gave the monster such a personality, Mark? Like I was like,
I was like, where did that
accent come from me? It's like how he was British. They made him like an actual character, like he's not like a monster. It's like he has desires, he has needs. Like there's a reason he's not faultless. He's not like a all-powerful monster. Like he needs information and stuff, and I was like, that's a really cool aspect of this.
Was he supposed to be the leader of his species, or was he just kind of
I think he was just a scout going out looking, like maybe, I don't know if his intelligence is more than the others. I don't think so, because when that time comes, they're all trying to trick the humans, so like they're all a smart species. But I feel like that's what's more dangerous is if he's just a scout and they have like military personnel and they have leaders in charge and brainstormers, how much crazier are those guys than like just Mr. Gray? You know what I mean? So that's a cool aspect too to look behind.
I think where you skipped over the part which I was confused too, when Jonesy saw Duddits across the street and he got hit by the car. Did he? I guess he survived that. I mean, did I miss something? Or like,
so that happens, and then it fast forwards, I guess, to their trip.
Right,
maybe a year later that he survived from.
Okay,
yeah,
he looked dead to me.
Yeah. I think Duddits made it happen to put that core memory in Jonesy for the future to warn him about Mr. Gray. Because through the whole movie, he's trying to warn them all about Mr. Gray, but none of them know what he's talking about. Right. So he has to give them like actual cues. And the one thing that they have in common is that they all love Duddits, and like he's the core of the group. So I think making that car hit him like on purpose, like made it stick in his memory, so it's not something he can lose in his warehouse. That was what I took from it.
Penguin says it was a 6-month time jump from the accident.
Okay, I thought he died.
Yeah, he looked dead.
I thought he died.
Also, I think he did it on purpose to get him injured so he wouldn't be at full strength when Mr. Gray possesses him.
That's also a good theory as well.
Point.
Yeah.
So while all this is going on, the government also has quarantined this area, led by Morgan Freeman and Tom Sizemore. And Morgan Freeman is sort of, preparing Tom Sizemore to take this over. This is something that he's been dealing with for years, like stopping this alien invasion.
Yeah. He's teaching him how to grow his eyebrows like a G.
Yeah.
I can smell you.
So Jonesy's now possessed by the alien. He has Timothy Oliphant with him. Thomas Jane realizes that something's wrong with Jonesy because he can see in his head and realizes it's not really him. Thomas Jane ends up getting captured and quarantined with the rest of the people in this town, and he talks to Tom Sizemore and tries to get him on his side, but Morgan Freeman wants to kill all these people who are quarantined. He says we're not 100% certain that they're infected with aliens, but we can't take the risk. We have to kill them all.
They said he was going insane too, and one of my favorite parts about Morgan Freeman's portrayal is how kind he was exteriorly, but how cold he was on the inside. Because he kept going to all these people in the quarantine, and he's like, oh, don't worry, we'll get you to your family, even maybe later tonight. We're gonna get you in a few hours, with the intention that they're all gonna die. Like, we're killing you guys, and just giving them this false sense of security. And I was like, that's really cold. Like, that's insane.
Like a politician.
Yeah. Don't you think they were infected? I mean, they all had that red stuff on their faces. And
Well, didn't Thomas Jane say the alien doesn't it's not successful every time?
Right. Yeah. It has to be a certain percentage of actually possession or multiplying. Yeah.
Penguin says he literally quoted Murtaugh and said, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
Yeah, I was thinking of Predator too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Tom Sizemore actually believes Thomas Jane's character and breaks him out of this quarantine, and they're on the road. They need to stop Jonesy, but to stop Jonesy, they need what's his name? Studitz, who I think everyone just assumed was dead. But played by a very typecasted Mark Wahlberg.
This is just the sequel to Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
Donnie Wahlberg, not Mark.
Oh yeah, Donnie Wahlberg. My bad. Yeah. So
I was joking with Rich. I'm like, it's hilarious how he had to in this movie where they're in Derry, in Maine, right? And I'm like, why is he wearing all Boston gear? And I'm like, can you Wahlbergs please calm down for 1 second?
Yeah. I was gonna say too that this was the first because I haven't seen too many Stephen King movies, but this is the first time I realized that he is.
Well, didn't he live
in Derry?
Didn't he live? Was he in Massachusetts? Because that's where Jonesy wanted to get to, right?
Yeah, but they're talking about it's next to Derry or something the whole time. Okay. They kept mentioning Derry. Yeah. Wow, dead air.
I was gonna say what happened next once Thomas Jane's broken out.
Oh, I did want to say this is perfect. One of those things that's written where it's these characters have a specific role to play. Because could you imagine Thomas Jane, who's a therapist and can read people's minds or see their future or whatever? He's the perfect one to go and convince them that he's on the right side, right? To be come help me. If this was if this was anyone else, this is Jason Lee, you'd be fuck me, Freddie, you assholes, you need to listen to me. Whatever, they wouldn't have cared. So it was almost that they're all trained for their specific roles that they have to fulfill.
Yeah, he's more level-headed and everything.
Yeah. He told him his future. I don't think Jason Lee could tell the future. He only had the one telepathic gift with them, and then did he have any other gifts, or was it just a telepathy with the group?
That's the reason he died first.
Because he didn't have another gift, probably. Yeah. He was just too cool.
Yeah. Too good for the movie.
I did even though he was the smallest friend, that he was the one always ready to fight and throw down.
I liked when he was grabbing the shit weasel and he just bitch slaps it, and then just stares at him.
It's funny because he kind of reminded me of Richie and It, because
he played a similar character.
He basically looked the same with the glasses.
He
was scrappy.
Yeah. But Mark, you were saying after this, he told him that he was going to meet him in this shed that's off to the side so that they can discuss what they're going to do, because he wants to go. Tom Sizemore wants to go against Morgan Freeman. Yeah. He knows he wants to murder everybody.
Amanda B says Derry is in Maine, according to Stephen King, and if it's in southern Maine, it's not very far from Boston. Assuming Boston for the population to release the little worms and spread along the East Coast.
you imagine a possessed Bill Burr trying to do stand-up?
Amanda B didn't like this movie, apparently.
Yeah, she said it. She said blame Yoon again or something. And I'm like, this is a great movie. And then I'm like, come on, like at least I'm getting this. And then Mark's like, well, don't worry. Next week we're watching like Popeye Kills or some shit. And I'm like,
Popeye's Revenge. I got you guys covered. We got a great one next week. But once they're on their run, I'll admit I did jump a little far ahead because I had to get the whole thing done. Did I miss anything?
Good, you.
I don't think so. Like, once they meet up in the thing, he goes to meet with him, but doesn't Mr. Gray get wind that he's in the shed or something like that? I'm trying to remember what happens right after that. We were like,
I think
we were like 20 shots deep of tequila at that point. So.
Amanda said she was only 20 minutes in when she said that. Amanda, did you end up liking the movie? Penguin says the water place at the end of the movie was the water source to all of Boston per the film.
So he's probably trying to get her to get into.
Yeah.
She thought it was okay. She was confused for some of it. I was only half watching, but your explanation cleared some things up. Penguin says Morgan Freeman tracks them down with a tracking device hidden in Tom
in the gun,
right. That he gifted him, and that was a gift from John Wayne.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's a lot of like interesting details that lead to other details in this movie. Like, I don't know. I like Stephen King's writing because a lot of it's like intelligent, and I kind of like when they're like not hand holding you, but you got to put clues together based off inference in the movie itself. I really like that, and go back for a second or third watching. I mean, we're not getting with that like Overdrive or anything like that, but like other like most of his other stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
I know it comes down to a showdown between Thomas Jane, Duddits, and Jonesy, and the alien leaves. Does the alien leave Jonesy's body?
Yes, he completely, because they can.
Duddits drives it out of him.
Yeah. So he drives him out of him, and then he starts fighting Duddits by. They're like the same kind of species, but Duddit seems like a different version. I think we were talking about it yesterday. It might be like kind of like the Martians on from DC. There's like the white Martian and like Martian. So I think that they're like kind of opposing forces on the same planet. And he came to help, and they came to enslave or whatever for whatever reason. But he disintegrated and then turned back into the shit weasel, and then stabbed Duddits. And we all think Duddits is dead yet again. But then like he forms this like meniscus cocoon around them, and then like self-destructs and basically like commits suicide to take him with him, using that like same self-destruct sequence that they did during the invasion thing where they were like trying to blow up their airship, which was a really cool scene too, by the way, with all the Greys. Like I know I talked about it before, they're running, but they're all like, help us, like we need help, like we're stranded.
So did an alien take over Duddit's body?
No, Duddit is the alien.
Yeah, he is.
He was an alien.
That's why he seemed like he was like mentally disabled. Yeah, because like he was like trying to emulate the human form as best as he could.
Yeah, I couldn't just get English down, I'm guessing, and all that.
Yeah, maybe he's just a homophobe. He's like, everybody's gay.
Mr. Gay.
Penguin says, but the movie clearly shows him being an alien.
That's what I mean. I think he like tried to take on the form of an alien as a human as best as he could.
Right.
But also I think it led to like, I think they're trying to like give some subcontext about like humans are really unique in the universe or really complex or whatever. And that's why Duddits even needed the humans to help him, because he couldn't have done it on his own. They would have like definitely won.
Were his parents supposed to be aliens too? That's another thing I was wondering.
I think like what it could be is either he assimilated or he took over a newborn baby's body after in like the infirmary.
Yeah.
So maybe the mom really thinks that it is the mom now that you mentioned it, because the mom is there. So maybe he just went to like the care ward, and like this little shit weasel just like went inside some baby.
Penguin says, I thought it would make more sense if Mr. Gray possesses him and then he instantly dies because of the leukemia.
That's true too. Yeah. He was the only thing keeping him alive type deal. But he didn't have a split personality like Mr. Gray and Jonesy did. Like when Jonesy possessed Mr. Gray, they were two completely separate entities. But like Duddits was the alien. Like, I mean, like there, you know what I mean? There was no like secondary, unless he's saying that like his consciousness died a long time ago and he's the only one inhabiting the body at this point, which is kind of possible because he is deteriorating faster. But I don't know. It's I like that it's a little open and we can kind of like try to talk about it, because otherwise it'd be boring. So.
Yeah, because after like Duddits dies or sacrifices and stuff, did they get to keep the powers? You know, there's Jonesy and what's his name? Thomas Jane have their powers now.
I don't know if they even talked about that. Did they show anything after the fact about them?
No,
It just ended, right?
Lingard says he wasn't an alien in the book, though.
Oh, is that so? Oh.
Yeah. Penguin says, and the internet says he wasn't one in the movie either, which doesn't make sense. Amanda B says, not adopted. They did say that Duddits was from the home in the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he assimilated into a human baby and they left him on a doorstep of some. And there's not a lot that they go into. I guess we do have to read the book, but apparently the book's different. So,
by the way, guys,
he has the same like spiky tail thing as like the other aliens. So he just looked a little bit different. That's why I assumed he's the same kind of thing.
By the way, we got 367 people watching on X, YouTube, Facebook. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit notifications. We're here every Sunday talking horror movies. Today we're talking Dreamcatcher. We're wrapping it up. I really liked it. I was surprised. I'm honest. I wasn't. I thought I maybe saw it, but watching it, I don't think I really did see it because I didn't know. I don't remember anything.
I got a little side story, Mark. Like when I used to substitute teach, and I would, the kid, like brutal kids can be, and stuff in middle school. And they used to call this kid Duddits.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't know what they were talking
about
because I never saw the movie, But now that I've seen the movie, now it makes it.
Now you're laughing about it.
Is that where you got it from? Is that why you said that? Can I beat Corky in a fight? Is that where that came from?
Corky, that's where we grew up with. I hear these kids calling that kid Duddits. Now I get it. So, but nevertheless, I enjoyed this movie too. For my first time, I was like, it had everything that I like. Mark.
Yeah.
I love science fiction. I love aliens. The whole fact of all that stuff. It was cool. And I had horror as well. So
and the sheer fact we're talking about it leads to subsequent watches, which is my favorite part.
Yeah. It is multi-layered, like you were saying. Like just us talking about it makes you want to go back and see if you can pick up things,
Right.
Yeah, Mike,
really the cheerleader in the cabin, like.
Mike, I assume you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. I saw it a long time ago, so I'm going off of memory, but yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the fact that you really cared about the friendships and how. I mean, it was really kind of emotionally devastating when one of the friends dies, and I think that's. Sometimes I think they get Stephen King's movies wrong in adaptations. They go for the wrong thing. And to me, his stuff has always been about not the situation, but the people. The situation is almost secondary.
Their characters.
It's the characters that draw you in, and then something happens.
Right.
And I think that's what makes a lot of his books and a lot of his movies
appealing
and really great. And of course, as an aside, I still really like Night Flyer, even though it's a shit movie.
I don't think I've seen that either.
Rich, what did you think? You went into this blind, not knowing what to expect.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear Rich. Yeah, no, as I said, what I was expecting was something more like kind of mental, psychological, something with people dealing with like dreams and like, I guess also kind of dealing with being able to read people's minds. But then, it totally took like a total left turn once like, Morgan Freeman came in a helicopter and all that. But I definitely liked it. I mean, I was intrigued enough to want to finish it. And and I as mentioned earlier, I like how it's kind of like a mix of genres. And I was going to ask too, was Tom Sizemore character, I'm guessing, I know he shot down Morgan Freeman's helicopter, then he was just kind of full of holes. Was it just safe to say he got shot a lot, but didn't really react to it until later?
I think he got gunned down like by the helicopter, and as he was being gunned down, he got a winning shot off.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
And I think it was with like the actual gun that was tracking him, right? The gift gun, wasn't it?
It might have been.
I think so.
But even those action scenes were cool. Like when those helicopters were firing upon the spacecraft. I mean, that was awesome. And
I mean, when the weasel like takes off Jason Lee's fingers, just like whoosh, they're just gone, and he just like looks at him. By the way, I love the fact they didn't have him scream because like there's different people, and like I don't scream when I get hurt or something scary happens to me. Like that's not a thing that I do. I really like that like I was represented in that, because usually people squeal like as soon as something bad happens to them, and I'm always just like, evolutionary speaking, like why do people do that? I don't understand screaming. Like I don't get it. It's like a waste of time.
So Steven Seagal sidekicks you won't scream then, or like
Steven Seagal sidekicks me, I'm gonna eat his foot, and then I'll probably get secondhand diabetes.
Amanda says, for the record, I am 100% sure this movie will be way better than last week's. Hashtag blame TMC.
Is that your pick, Mark?
It's my pick. We're gonna play the trailer in a minute. Popeye's Revenge. Penguin says, at least it's not pumpkins. Ouch.
I pick one movie, one out of what, 100 episodes. Never live it down.
Yep. You're infamous, Mike. You're infamous, man. So,
guys, in the great tradition of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Bambi's Reckoning,
that looks pretty good.
Peter Pan's Nightmare, comes Popeye's Revenge. Another.
Is this part of the Pooh?
No. This is different. It's, a property that became public domain, and someone decided to make a horror movie out of it.
Gotcha.
So let's check out the trailer for Popeye's Revenge.
This better be starring Robin Williams.
Started with a scream.
You know, he's coming when the fog rolls in. It was 15 years ago, the little boy they called Popeye drowned. Let's see if Popeye's ghost wants to play with May.
I think I just saw someone.
All these movies are like Australian productions.
There's nothing down here apart from an abandoned old house.
Yeah, that's Popeye's house, sir. My parents own the place.
Now that is an eyesore.
Just Bimbo Bobowski.
It's coming to get you.
What are you?
It's Popeye. He's back.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear anyone complain about pumpkins ever again.
Come on, that looks great.
I was expecting to be like punching people's heads off or something.
I can't believe that's not part of the Pooniverse, because it looks like it was filmed in the same location as.
Yoon's out though. Yoon's out because there's a lot of screaming. So
I don't understand. I think it's stupid.
I mean, Mark would have just punched him in the face. It would have been over.
I would have ate that spinach first.
I kind of like how they keep the same character of him. He's got the sailor suit on and stuff.
If he doesn't transform into a monster when he eats his spinach, like I'm out. Like he better transform.
I don't think Popeye ate spinach in the very first cartoon, so that's not part of the public domain yet.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, is that spinach can rolling in just a little like a little nod?
Yeah. By the way, 431 people watching right now. Thanks so much, guys. Go watch Popeye's Revenge. You're gonna love it.
Instead, we're just all gonna go to Popeyes and eat chicken.
I'm not off the hook.
Popeyes while eating Popeyes.
Oh, I forgot. We were supposed to give away a sketch today for Gun Goth. I advertised it. I have Sean Arendt did a werewolf sketch for us.
Nice.
So we're going to give it away right now. Right before we sign off. Penker says horrible. I'll still watch it though.
Attaboy.
Penguin says Steven Seagal probably can't even lift his legs these days. Wow.
Get him, you get him.
I'll get him.
John Apple says looks like another no budget classic. Yeah. All right, let's give away to a backer on Indiegogo. Let me look it up.
Rich just backed last night, so I was telling him
wow.
if you win, I'll just like hand you a sketch.
You can save the postage.
What
right?
Where did you back, Rich, on
Indie, right?
I actually use Kickstarter.
Oh, you use Kickstarter. Oh, okay, okay.
Cool. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We've already been. I said Indiegogo. I was going to say Kickstarter, but we've already been accused of rigging it.
Scams, schemes.
Yeah, schemes and scams. Yeah, that's us.
Schemes and schemes.
When we actually come back on Wednesday, that's my birthday, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be on. I'll try.
All right, we have 96 backers on Indiegogo.
Maybe a very drunk Yoon.
So let's do the number generator.
Genderator. That's the right's gonna hate that movie coming this fall. You never know what you're gonna get. The Genderator.
All right, backer 44. Let's see who it is.
They're all Amanda B. Every number.
Mark Penguin.
Definitely not me because I have to be like.
Penguin hasn't won a sketch yet, has he?
Yeah, I think he won one of mine. So
did he?
Yeah.
Backer 44. Oh, they got a box. So awesome.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
That goes out to Nathan Ukulele.
All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
Nathan Ukulele.
Thank you, Nathan. You just won this Sean Aaron sketch.
Nice.
Yes.
So you guys, people really win. You just have to back Gun Goth on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. We'll give away another sketch this Wednesday.
Nice.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this week. Dexter, where can people find you at?
Yeah, real quick. I want to. Can I shill?
Oh yeah.
I want to shill. My good friend. He has a podcast called Minister Sinister, and it's all. If people mostly watch this show, if you love horror, like horror podcasts, definitely check out Minister Sinister. It's kind of like Orson Welles' War of the Worlds kind of radio programming. Really high tech, like real production value is top notch. Anyway, check it out. Minister Sinister. It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Definitely check it out. So I listened to them all at work, and I loved all of them. They're like these little mini horror stories. So it's pretty cool stuff. But anyway, you can find me on Instagram, DexterWeek6975, on X, Dexter_art, and Dexter Weeks on Facebook.
Mark, where can people find you at?
Mark Yoon on YouTube and here every Wednesday and Sunday in the pages of Gun Goth and on all the other socials by my name. Yes.
Rich, you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, I might as well plug my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ragaroth, RAGIROTH.
Not much confidence there, buddy.
Hard word to spell. Shut up. I mainly talk about video games. Cool. And I guess for what it's worth too, I also do write for a website called rgn99.com. If you want to check that out there.
Awesome. Mike, where can people find you at?
Right here. Mike McMahon Arts on Twitter, YouTube, US Assassin fan page on Facebook. I think that's pretty much it.
Guys, you can find me on X and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. We'll be back Wednesday for Revolution. Oh, easy for me to say. We're going to go over Rob Liefeld's Bad Rock. I got the ash can in. We're going to flip through the book. Check it out.
Well, maybe I shouldn't show up for that one on my birthday.
Yoon, it's drawn by Seth DeMoose. So,
okay.
You're
safe. All right.
Yeah. So you should be okay. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Penguin, thank you for sharing the links. And guys, go watch Popeye's Revenge. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. You got the TMC guarantee.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this week. Thanks for watching.